A bit red-faced, but it wasn't so much what they did that was embarrassing, rather what they didn't do. Nissa Nawi picks it up.
Putin's passport, Obama's visa, Cameron's credit cards. I'm just kidding. But personal details of all leaders at the G20 summit in Australia were really leaked. The Guardian has revealed the high-level data was sent to organizers of the Asian Cup football tournament, and that's how we know all this, despite those responsible trying to keep the fail under wraps.
What the heck are you talking about?
Calm down, dear. Calm down.
The fragile ceasefire in East Ukraine is being closely watched by the international community and monitored on the ground too. But it's not only by OSCE observers. Dozens of Ukrainian and Russian officers are also on the lookout for any violations. They're part of a joint mission, in fact, launched after the first Minsk agreement back in September, with outposts all across the region. Ilya Petrenko reports.
This place is almost deadly quiet right now. The only sound that you can hear is the singing of birds, but it was nowhere near that silence just before the ceasefire was struck after the Minsk agreements. I'm inside the dusty, deserted Donetsk railway terminal. It once suffered from heavy fighting, but now I'm about to see an observation point where Ukrainian, DNR, and Russian military are really working shoulder to shoulder, trying to implement their mandate to monitor the fragile truce.
Вот 4 пункта, которые размещены вот они вдоль границы. Информация с этих 4 пунктов стекается в эту группу, и эта группа передает информацию на противоположную сторону, где то же самое параллельно организовано только с той стороны.
The ceasefire is holding, but there are still sporadic incidents. We hear explosions within half an hour of our arrival.
Где это все происходит?
Вот в направлении вот сейчас вот вышки поднимается вот дым. Я вижу разрывы между аэропортом,
Да, и веселым. Да, вот здесь. Да.
The next step is for both sides to report back to base.
Значит, 13:55 по Спартаку тур, 1 выстрел. И еще 13:54 2 кассеты по 4 выстрела.
Despite this, the teams are resolved to keeping the truce intact.
Силовым методом эти вопросы решить нельзя. Договоренности есть подписаны. Я их читал, изучил перед тем, как приступить к работе. Там все четко расписано пошагово. Если их соблюдать и выполнять, то я думаю, что людям это будет только по душе.
Ilya Petrenko, RT, in the self-proclaimed Donetsk Republic.
Next, the story of a seemingly harmless strawberry festival in the US state of Louisiana that's become the focus of a bitter racism scandal after the event's official poster was unveiled. It is a depiction of faceless African-American children that's sparked offence in many, with some saying it represented slavery. Human rights advocates reacted too. The National Association for the Advancement of Coloured People, for instance, said the poster is offensive and distasteful. The first copies were quickly sold out, but the organisers of the festival announced that they would not sell or display the poster anymore. As the story unfolded, social media wondered what all the fuss was about. One user said there's nothing wrong with it. Other supporters also believe there's no problem, while more said it's art and it's not meant to discriminate and there's no reason not to love it. Well, we spoke to the artist behind the poster.
I was surprised to hear of the negative things regarding the poster. We show the artwork in the gallery in the French Quarter and rarely ever have any type of controversy in the gallery where we've been for many years. So I'm quite shocked at the amount of media attention that my poster has drawn. It was never my intention to offend anyone. People of all races collect my art in the gallery and sold paintings all over the world to people of all races. I'll continue to paint in the same style. You know, it's just with hope and prayer that people can embrace that and see the innocence in the painting for the beauty it portrays. You know, that's what I hope in the future.
I'm sure you've got your own thoughts on it either way, but we've been reporting on cases recently that did spark other race rows. Just a few months ago, you may recall, a French court ordered a baker to remove cakes covered in dark chocolate because they were deemed racist. At the same time, another sweet maker was forced to stop selling black licorice face masks in Denmark because they were judged to be a reminder of the country's colonial past. In Sweden, a story popped up too. Even some bird names were changed there because they included words that are deeply offensive to the black community. Radio host Henrik Palmgren told us such political correctness, though, he thinks infringes freedom of speech.
I think it is a reflection of a larger culture war that really is taking place in the West. People go out of their way to find racism where there is none. But I think that the media have decided to pick up on it, to actually take this cultural war a little bit further. So it's a way of taking this cultural warfare of political correctness to them and saying, look at this, you can no longer now use any shapes that you want, you can't use any colors that you want, or even combination of letters, because in the extension this can go however far it needs to go unless we stop it and say something. I mean, this is because this is a reflection where anybody along the way can be offended by anything, and that's the insanity of the situation. The extension to that is a complete shutdown of free speech.
Ahead, crisis in Calais. Authorities in the French port town are to bulldoze makeshift camps now where thousands of migrants are squatting. We've got this story.